at step 4 now, the Northern Premier League Midlands. Bedworth United, the team we're going to focus on for the next few minutes. Unfortunately, disappointing start, I think it's fair to say, for the Greenbacks. One place outside the bottom 4, the relegation zone, in that division at the moment. But they did get a point with 10 men from a goalless draw at Sutton Coldfield Town last night. The man behind the camera at the club, the matchday commentator, is Dave Garton, who's on the line now. Dave, how are you?
Oh yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm all right. You okay?
Yeah, I'm very, very well. So how are you finding it at the Oval? As I say, a little bit of a difficult start, but hopefully things will turn in Bedworth's favour sooner rather than later.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know they've had a few injuries. So, I mean, I've only been with the club. I mean, I've only covered 4 home games so far, so I'm still learning all the teams, all the players. It's all new to me, but I know they've had a few injuries recently. A few of the players are now starting to come back. So, I mean, as you can see, they've drew 3 of the last 5. So, obviously, they're tightening up at the back, and it's, you know, they're improving. So, hopefully, as the players come back, and they've had quite a few new additions to the squad as well. Once they gel, they're going to start pushing up the table.
Yeah, and I mentioned there, 0-0 draw at Sutton Coldfield Town last night. Mitch Candlin was sent off early in the second half for 2 yellow cards. I know he started his career as a professional at Walsall. So, I mean, that was a battling point on the face of it, Dave, last night, wasn't it?
Well, that's it. As soon as you see they've gone down to 10 men, you start thinking, oh, here we go. This is going to be, you know, backs to the wall for the rest of the game. But, you know, they managed to hold out and took a point away from it. Obviously, you know, you want to get all 3 points. But Sutton Coldfield are quite helpful at the moment. I mean, they've won 3 of the last 5. They've drew 2 of those games as well. So they're on a good run. So to get a point there with 10 men, you know, is brilliant.
And moving forward, obviously the aim, I suppose, is to climb away from the ticklish end of the table and into mid-table and look for some consolidation and see where the season goes from there.
Well, that's it. You know, you don't want to be down the bottom. You want to kind of, you know, the aim should always be the start of season promotion, but you always want to be thereabouts in the playoffs. So you want to be kind of at the top end of that middle of the table. It was a minimum just to get into the playoffs, to keep it a bit exciting, keep the fans on board and start pushing it forward. Plus, you know, the better they do, it makes my commentary a lot easier as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It does. A bit like covering the Sky Blues as well. It always helps when they win or don't lose, obviously. Now, we've also got you, because there's a new non-league football magazine due to come out shortly, Dave, that you're part of. Just give us a flavour of what that's all about.
So, yeah, it's really random. So Christian O'Bray, who set this up, it's through a site or what company set up called Through the Turnstiles of Non-League Football. I got a chat with Christian about a year ago when I was doing some work for Coventry United, and we did a piece on the club. So he's obviously got a keen eye for non-league football, and he's got together 13 other people who cover non-league football, all like do various different roles, and he set up this new magazine. So the magazine's called Parks to Pitches. It comes out, I believe, 1st of November. And it's going to be available on the eBay channel. But what he's done is he's got 13 other people, and we're all writing pieces about what we do in non-league football, our opinions on non-league football, and what we're trying to do is showcase non-league football, because I think a lot of football fans now, they get a bit disillusioned and outpriced, especially high up in the divisions. I mean, if you look at Coventry City, for example, you know, for an adult, it's £37. You know, which is a lot of money for people. So I think it's just trying to highlight that, you know, there's other standards of football. I mean, a game of football is a game of football. You know, it's some of these non-league stadiums are quite good stadiums. So it's about highlighting football, and it's amazing when you get involved in non-league football how many people are actually getting involved in it and how many people are volunteering. It's, you know, it's hundreds of people every weekend, you know, volunteering for free and giving up their time to showcase non-league football. So it's quite exciting. I was quite surprised when I was asked to get involved in it, because, you know, Coventry isn't the most exciting of things to talk about, but yeah, it's great to be involved, and, you know, we're chatting with these other people all the time who are doing it, and it's really good.
And, you know, non-league clubs are properly embedded in their local community, and that is such a, you know, a positive as far as that is concerned. As you mentioned, obviously, you know, for the most expensive tickets at the Sky Blues are £37. for adults these days, and people have got their opinions one way and the other on that. But obviously, as you get up towards and into the Premier League, it's the clubs themselves are a lot more remote. The prices are even higher, and I think you're right, Dave. People have started to follow non-league football in greater numbers because they feel more part and parcel of it, don't they?
Well, that's it. I mean, I always remember last season or the season before when I was at Coventry United, one of the players came off, his face was all bloody, he'd been kicked in the face, and my little lad at the time ran up to him and started hugging him as he was walking off the pitch. So you've got more access to people, you can talk to people, you can feel like you're more involved in the clubs. I mean, I obviously understand that when you get to the Premier League or even Coventry City's level, it's a bigger business, it's harder to be involved as such. But, when you're at this lower level, you can, after the match, you're in the bar, having a beer or soft drink, and everyone's there with the players. The players are there to talk to, and it just feels like it's more of a community feel.
Yeah, it definitely is. Dave, thanks for coming on. All the best to the Greenbacks for the rest of the season. We'll touch base with them again as we move through the season. I lived in the town for years and years when I was growing up, so I used to be a reasonably regular visitor down to the Oval in the Miners' Welfare Park there. So all my yesterdays. I remember when there's 5,000 there when Paul Colpin was playing for Nuneaton Borough in the Southern League. That was an unbelievable night in the very early 80s. You're far too young to remember that. But give them a non-league magazine. Is it going to be a monthly thing or less than that? Or
I don't know. I think it might be quarterly.
Quarterly, right? Okay.
He's called it the winter edition, so I'm not too sure yet. But
right.
He does seem to be getting quite a lot of traction at the moment, so there's a lot of interest in it, which is really good.
All right, so give us a reminder of the title and where we can find out a bit more information then.
So if you look on social media, it's Through the Turnstile of Non-League Football. It's where you'll find it on social media, and the magazine's going to be called Parks to Pictures.
Okay, that's great.
If you look at social media, you'll see it's going to be sold via eBay. It's going to be shared everywhere, so you'll see it quite a lot coming forward.
Brilliant. Dave, good to chat to you. Thanks very much indeed for your time, and I hope we'll speak again soon.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Cheers. That's Dave Garton, who's media man at Bedworth United.